Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about crazy wisdom. You ever heard that term? It's a popular book title. If you go to the spirituality section and look under books about Buddhism, there's probably 3 or 4 or 5 different books that different Buddhist enthusiasts, monks, whoever have written called Crazy Wisdom. I probably have 2 different books on my shelf called Crazy Wisdom. Let's talk a little bit about being crazy. You normal people, this isn't for you. You'll have to catch the next video. You can't watch this one. This isn't for normal people. Normal people can't watch this video. Get out of here. We don't need you for this video. This is just for the crazy people. I know what it's like to feel different. I've known a lot of people who are crazy, who have problems, who've been diagnosed with serious psychological problems. And I've been diagnosed by psychiatrists. You go to any psychiatrist and they'll just start whipping out, oh, you got this, you got that. But you know it. You notice that you're different. You know you're different. Nobody has to tell you. That's the annoying thing about being different, is people want to point it out to you all the time. You don't have to point it out to me, motherfucker. I know. I go through this all day, every single day, noticing how fucking different I am, how much of a fish out of fucking water that I am all the time. And you can feel bad about it. I know a lot of people who've had a lot of problems, and they all feel bad about it. I've never met a crazy motherfucker who was comfortable with it, who's just like, yeah, I'm a psycho, I have severe mental issues, and it's cool. I never met that person yet. Everybody I've ever met is feeling a little bit insecure about it, a little bit unconfident about it, hyper aware of it, frustrated when you go home after a social situation and you wonder, well, why did I say that, or why did I do that, or why can't I just be normal like everybody else? Why do I have such a hard time around people, and why do I do this? Why was I this way? Why was I born this way? I know what that's like. I'm going to tell you, you have a power that other people don't have. A power to access a wisdom that it may take other people a lifetime to try to figure out. You have a neurological pathway, a circuitry pathway. Think of it as like a circuit going into a side of your brain that will greatly benefit you. Help you become wise. And that's winning. Wisdom is winning. Because with wisdom you can do anything. So you have to embrace your inner wild man. Embrace the demons. Go into the darkness and master that monster. You have to control the crazy. I always liked watching Michael Jordan. I'm not a big basketball fan anymore. I used to be when I was younger. And when I was younger, Michael Jordan was the shit. He couldn't lose. It almost got boring to watch him sometimes, not because he was a boring player. He was slam dunking it and doing everything. But you knew he was going to win. He'd rack up 50, 60 points in a game. It was nothing for a guy like that. But what I like to watch was Michael Jordan's facial expressions. I pay attention to faces. And you look at Michael Jordan's face when he has the ball and he's charging that basket, laser focused on that basket. He's got nothing but obstacles around him. The look in his eyes was so intense, it was a psychopath. That's the look of a fucking psycho. But he wasn't the type of crazy man that was just going to run up into the crowd and go and kill people. Because that's what, you might think of when you think of some psychopath. somebody who's violent and dangerous and out of control. No, he had that mastered. He had that craziness mastered, using it like a weapon, laser focusing it. He was not a normal guy. At least not when he was in the zone, not when he was doing his thing. I've met a lot of crazy people, and a lot of them have been really creative. Even more creative than normal people. A lot of normal people sometimes have to get high, get drunk, take LSD, whatever, figure out how to somehow artificially induce a creativity that lies buried within them. I know a lot of people who are struggling with mental issues, and they have access to this creative side just like that. In fact, it interferes with some of their rational thoughts sometimes, unfortunately making it hard to function. But you can master your mind. That's possible. And you may have had problems your whole life, but you can conquer that stuff. And I'm not saying that you're going to be normal like these other people. You're still going to be crazy and weird. But you're going to be a winner. You'll be a weird winner. All the real big winners, big winners, real winners, they're weirdos. They're not normal people. You put the biggest winners that the world has ever seen in a room, if it's possible. Maybe you need a time machine to do that. You'd have a room full of weirdos. There wouldn't be a normal motherfucker in the room. It's hard for normal people to win, because they're not crazy. You've been through it. Maybe you remember who you used to be. Maybe you were normal once and you went nuts. And you always wish that you could be that old self of yours. Don't wish that no more. Dive into that craziness. Master it. Control it. Put a leash on it. Train it. Train it to do tricks. That's what Michael Jordan did. That's what Van Gogh did. That's what Leonardo da Vinci did. That's what Elon Musk is currently doing. Crazy wisdom is where it's at. You find your sanity in your madness. You find your way in your weirdness. Embrace it. Embrace it. Stop running from it. Stop feeling bad about it. Be raw, authentically you. You'll be remembered. It's all food for thought.